Tonight in your neighborhood, the Salt Flat fires continue to burn. Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam is in Rockport as crews across the coastal bend continue this long fight. We'll tell you how you can help. Plus, with tariffs raising costs across the country, the Port of Corpus Christi may be at the right place at the right time. Senior Neighborhood News reporter Suzanne Stevens shows us how the port could attract new businesses and expand our economy. And in San Diego, pesky potholes may be a thing of the past. Neighborhood News reporter Melissa Trevino shows us how drivers in the area are getting some relief. Chris 6 News starts right now. And we thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Lascano, and we'll get to those stories in just a bit. But first tonight, we lead things off with breaking news out of Agua Dulce. Fire officials there tell us there are 4 confirmed fires in the area. Highway 44 in Agua Dulce, that's between Banquete and Alice. And if you go northbound on 44, that's where I believe the fires are saying on the north side of 44 there. That's where a lot of the schools and a lot of the homes are. We have a crew on the way. Details still limited at this time. We have our Neighborhood News reporter Melissa Trevino heading to the scene to bring us more updates as we receive them. But that's the situation there in Agua Dulce with 4 fires currently burning. Chris 6 also continues monitoring the Salt Flat fire and the Aransas Wood fire in Rockport. Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam spoke with neighbors and public officials about the ongoing fire that's burned more than 150 acres of land. The cause of the fire, which initially began Tuesday before reigniting Wednesday, is still unknown at this time. However, as of our reporting, 75% of it has been contained. We'll have Adam's full report coming up tonight at 6. Now, speaking of those first responders, they're calling on neighbors for help. The Rockport Volunteer Fire Department is asking for water and Gatorade as well as snacks for first responders on the front line. Chris 6 stopped by the station earlier today where one generous Aransas Pass neighbor was dropping off his contribution to the fight.
It's amazing how such a widespread small towns come together when there's a fire. And also the volunteers are amazing too.
So if you wish to donate any of the requested items, they can be delivered to the Rockport Volunteer Fire Station. That's at 212 Gagnon Street. And any financial donations you wish to make should be made out to the Rockport Volunteer Fire Department and can be sent to the P.O. Box on your screen.
Hey, well, good evening there, Coastal Bend. Meteorologist Ivan Dixon here with the live look outside our CCC camera overlooking Snoopy's Pier. Dealing with those warm conditions today. That warm up continues as we head through the end of the week and into the weekend. And early next week, too. Currently sitting at 84 degrees here in Corpus Christi with that southeast wind coming in at 17 miles per hour. With those wind gusts, 25 miles per hour, we're going to also see a little bit of an increase in those winds until about 7 p.m. So, of course, we want to stay vigilant when it comes to these fire danger weather concerns that we're going to continue to see for a little bit more time until we get some more rain in our area. But all of your full forecast coming up.
Diamond Dixon, thanks. We'll look forward to it. We have continuing coverage of the turmoil at Nueces County Appraisal District a day after Chief Appraiser Ronnie Canales was placed on leave. Chris 6 has learned that Assistant Chief Appraiser Leticia Roberts has also been put on paid leave. Roberts was placed on leave after a software company claimed it uncovered, quote, a scheme to rig a critical procurement process, end quote. During a Teams meeting, company representatives claimed they heard Roberts discussing how, quote, to manipulate the request for proposal to favor a specific vendor, end quote. The appraisal district has halted the bidding process in the wake of this allegation and has launched an investigation. Well, tensions rising in Taft again. Police Chief John Landreth is under investigation after controversial remarks during a city council meeting. 5 city officials claim Landreth threatened them, saying he would resolve things with, quote, a rope in my truck, end quote. The The mayor pro tem, however, suggested the chief was simply frustrated and misunderstood. Chief Landreth denies any wrongdoing and is now asking the Texas Rangers to investigate. He's also asking for a polygraph test. A special council meeting set for tomorrow to review the investigation and possible action, including firing Chief Landreth. 6 Investigates will be at that meeting and will update you on air and online on that story. Kingsville Elementary School's parent-teacher organization is being disbanded and audited and investigated by police. Why? Allegations of misused funds. Last night, Neighborhood News reporter Tyrese Boone reported on allegations that the Harrell Elementary PTO misused funds meant for the school's playground. The Kingsville ISD superintendent told Tyrese that the remaining PTO balance will be removed from the account and there will be audits. The audit findings will be turned over to police. And as for the playground, well, the district will try to get grants and help from outside entities.
We're in the middle of a trade war, and things are about to get pricey. But just how much? I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter in the Bay Area. I spoke with an economics professor to break down China's tariffs on U.S. goods. It's a tariff tit for tat. First, President Trump imposed tariffs on China. Then,
overnight, China decided to retaliate against the tariffs that were imposed.
An 84% tariff on U.S. goods. And then,
in response, President Trump has added another 20%.
That means Trump's tariffs on imports from China jumped to 125%.
What we're seeing really is a classic trade war.
The U.S. exports things like oil and gas and grains to China. In 2022, those exports supported over 2,500 jobs in our 27th congressional district alone. So why the tariffs in the first place? Texas A&M Corpus Christi economics professor Patrick Crowley explains.
To make it cheaper, in other words, to produce the goods here compared to producing them in China.
But with recent retaliation, it might not be that simple.
It's really not very productive because what happens is that the goods that are traded between the two countries just get priced out of the market in each country, or the country says, heck, we're not going to bother, we'll go somewhere else.
A tariff is a tax only on the importers of those goods. So what does this new tariff on U.S. exports announcement from China mean for the local consumer?
For the local everyday person, you won't see any change for a while.
But that's just for the tariff on exports to China. When it comes to the tariff on imports from China, it's a bit different.
It's only things that are going to get put on the boat, put on the ship to come to the US that will bear that tariff. It's going to affect consumer prices, so we're going to see higher prices for Chinese, made in China products.
Crowley says he believes if both leaders talk, the situation between the two countries will improve. But for now, the tariff war continues.
At the moment, they're not talking. All they're doing is reacting to each other in a negative way.
Now, both the U.S. and China are large factors in the global economy. The U.S. and China tariffs are ongoing and continuously changing. With your Neighborhood News in the Bay Area, I'm Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 News.
Michaela, thanks for that report. Tariffs and global trade uncertainty are making waves across this country, across the ports. But the Port of Corpus Christi has steered in a different direction. In 2024, the port set a record-breaking course, handling more than 206 million tons of cargo, a 2% increase from the previous year, marking 7 consecutive years of growth.
Diversification is one of the best ways to do risk management. It gives them an edge to survive any bad times.
And the port has more going for it by broadening its cargo base and investing in infrastructure like the deepening of the ship channel. The port aims to enhance both capacity and efficiency, positioning itself to navigate the complexities of a global trade war. Multi-million-dollar family entertainment center could be coming to the south side of Corpus Christi, but only if council gives it the green light. Synergy Entertainment, known for combining arcades, movies, and bowling, proposing a 90,000 square foot complex near Rodfield Road and SPID. The company is asking for as much as $4 million in tax reimbursements over 15 years to help cover infrastructure costs. Staff projects the development could generate more than $1 million in city property taxes over 10 years. Council expected to vote on the incentive agreement next Tuesday.
Many San Diego streets have been eyesores and potholes for decades. Now, as a resident of San Diego, I can finally say the streets are being fixed. I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in San Diego. I'll show you what prompted the street fixtures and what happens from here. I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in San Diego. As a resident of San Diego, I can say that potholes have always been a problem. Recently, San Diego city officials have partnered with county commissioners to get these streets repaired.
Seeing something like this is really awesome. I mean, our streets have been bad for so long.
Neighbors like Glenda Bettis are filled with relief after being riddled with potholes. This part of St. James and King Street is getting repaired.
It was terrible. We couldn't even go to the post office. It was so bumpy. It was so we would have to route around to the highway, and now it's awesome. I hope it's going to be awesome. It looks awesome.
It's one of several streets city and county officials are working on.
We already have 8 projects that we did in the north side, precinct 2.
Right now, they're focusing on streets around businesses. And it's a team effort. The county is doing the labor at no cost, and the city is funding the equipment.
I know that it was a problem, and that's what we had to work on, to fix, because the people, they don't want potholes. And that's our problem here, potholes.
It costs roughly $40,000 to fix each block. The money is coming from the city's business sales tax.
This is a first step after all these years to get it done, help our businesses, with the roads, help our people that live here that have a hard time to getting in and out of their homes.
That's Vivian Sines. She, along with other city officials, say they want the same thing, better streets. As they move forward with each project, they're asking neighbors to be patient. Neighbors like Glenda say it's definitely worth the wait.
And I'm just happy to see that our town is getting fixed little by little, but everything takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day, guys.
City officials tell me they will be applying for a multi-million-dollar grant to continue street projects. Covering your neighborhood news in San Diego, I'm Melissa Trevino, Chris 6 News.
Well, let's take a look at some traffic this evening along SPID at 514. Seems to be moving pretty smooth, no major snags, but we could take a look at some local roadways to see just how it's looking. Well, from Portland to the Harbor Bridge, we're looking good and green. Ocean Drive has a minor slowdown. SPID, as you just saw on the Skycam, also looking good. And there are slowdowns along Saratoga at multiple stops near Airline, South Staples, and Weber Road. We do have a little slowdown also along Waldron Road and Flower Bluff Drive, and the JFK Causeway also looks good. Stick around for full weather coming up. Well, hey there, Coastal Bend. Welcome back. Meteorologist Diamond Dixon here with a live look outside our What is Skycam overlooking Whataburger Field. You can still see that sun beaming because we still have plenty of sunshine before it goes down for the evening. But temperature and feel like wise, we can see our split of temperatures between 70s, 80s, and then 90s. So 70s along the coast, 84 for Corpus Christi and Kingsville there, 86 in Beeville, 88 Mathis, further inland in the 90s, low 90s, but Cotulla hanging out at 96. Man, that's pretty warm. And current winds are out of the southeast right now, and they're kind of increasing just a bit. Like I mentioned, we're going to see increased winds between 5 and 7 tonight. So you can see 17 miles per hour in Corpus Christi, 18 for the Naval Air Station, and 15 for Kingsville and Alice. So with wind gusts, what does that look like? It puts us right around 25 miles per hour with wind gusts, and they'll slowly come down as we get into those overnight hours. You can see by 2 a.m. about 16, and then into our overnight and early Friday, we'll see, of course, less winds, and we'll also see a little shift to the northeast because there wants to be a cold front that comes to the coastal bend, but it'll actually retreat north, and it won't actually bring us colder air necessarily. We hit a high of 87 degrees here in Corpus Christi today, and that record was set back in 2019 at 93 degrees, so we weren't quite there yet, but we do warm up into the weekend and early next week, continuing that pattern of above normal temperatures for our forecast highs, with a slight dip coming right ahead of the April 19th, we'll say, but that's still a little ways out. Until then, we're going to have above normal temperatures and warm days ahead. You can see even in the next 6 to 10 days between April 16th and the 20th that we will be warmer here in southeast Texas, so that warm weather is going to continue into the 80s. And usually for April, we see between 80 and 85 degrees, and you see today we went over that. So current dew points look pretty decent between comfortable and muggy. We do kind of shift a bit to more of a forecast where you can see they ebb and flow a bit between comfortable and muggy, and more so on the side of right before muggy. But we kind of stay in the 60s for the most part through Friday morning, and even through Friday afternoon and the night we kind of stay in the 60s. Further inland, more like 57 and 59, but we are going to hold on to those dew point forecasts, and hopefully those muggy values stay with us. Rain chances don't seem to be helping us out this week or even into early next week. We have mostly sunny conditions this week. Next week, we'll actually start to see more clouds come back into the forecast. And here's a good look at our forecast lows tonight, hanging out in the 50s and 60s for most of our neighborhoods. And here's your next 6 to 7 days ahead.
This is Coastal Bend History.
I'm Andy Lascano, and we're in downtown Corpus Christi, right here at the corner of Peoples and Chaparral. And a lot of longtime Corpus Christians will recognize that building as the old Montgomery Ward's building. But there may be some kind of mystery behind it and one of its predecessors. The southwest corner of Chaparral and Peoples Street was home to retail buildings for more than 140 years. The property was originally sold to German immigrants Maximilian and Anna Dreyer in 1844 by Corpus Christi's founder, Henry Kinney. Maximilian died in 1867, and the property was given to his daughter Annie after her mom passed away in 1878. Annie, who was only 15 years old at the time, was already an astute businesswoman, and she managed to get a clear title to the property. She then married William Eulinger in 1883, and the two built a 2-story building on the property and leased it to Morris Lichtenstein. Lichtenstein's department store would remain in that building until 1911, and the building would then be leased to Guggenheim and Kohn for a department store. Well, 10 years later, the building was in need of extensive repairs after it was heavily damaged by a fire. In 1924, Meehan's Dry Goods moved into the building. And once Meehan's moved out in the early 1930s, Annie, who had since remarried, operated a theater and event center out of the building until 1933, when she negotiated a contract with Montgomery Ward's for a new store in Corpus Christi at the site of the Eulinger building. The company agreed to pay up to $100,000, which would have been more than $2.4 million today, to build a new building on the site. Annie would remain the owner of the property and building, but Montgomery Ward would get a 30-year lease for $210,000 in 1933, more than $5 million in this day and age. Newspaper accounts of the deal indicated the nearly 50-year-old Eulinger building would be demolished and a new 3-story building would be built in its place. Well, the building was set to open in January of 1934. However, construction didn't even begin until January 28th of 1934. A 1933 photograph by Doc McGregor shows what appears to be a renovation of the original building, not construction on a brand new one. After many construction delays, the brand new Montgomery Ward opened to the public on June 23rd of 1934. But photos by McGregor in 1937 show many similarities between the new building and the old Eulinger building, including the placement of windows and awnings. The facade of the building did appear more modern and simple. Montgomery Ward operated in the building until 1960, when it became a Ward's catalog store, then closed in 1969. In 1977, developer Bill Sweetland opened People's Alley in the building, which was a pedestrian mall, but it closed in November of '79, and the building's been empty ever since. In 2017, the legendary Murphy Gibbons, in an article, questioned this building's true age, saying that he thought it was part of the original 1880 building, which, if true, would make that the oldest building in downtown Corpus Christi. Think about that for a minute. Tell you what, if you want to learn more about the old Montgomery Wards building, all you have to do is click on the QR code you see on your screen, or you can go to our website, click on the Coastal Bend History tab, and this story and all the stories we've done over the years will be right there, christv.com. Until next time, I'm Andy Lascano.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, welcome back. We have some encouraging news from Agua Dulce. We reported at the top of this broadcast that there were some fires in the area around Agua Dulce, which is on Highway 44 between Alice and Banquete. We're told by first responders on the scene that all 4 fires are closer at this point to being fully contained. We have crews there. We're going to have more on this, more information coming up on Chris 6 News at 6. We'll see you then.